Cool story, bro. What's up, everybody? Coming back at you with another edition of Cool Story, Bro. This story is about Greg Maddux, and it's really a big fish story. If you're not familiar with the big fish story concept, it's basically a concept where something happens to you, or it could be somebody else, and there's a story about it. It starts off accurate, and eventually over the years it gets embellished and becomes what they call the big fish story. So back in the day when Greg Maddux was playing for the Braves, spring training was out in Disney, which it still is, but I had season tickets to the Braves spring training, and I would go all the time to try to get autographs. As a lot of people know, Greg Maddux is really difficult to get in person. He's not unfriendly, but he's just very particular and has weird habits. You can get him, it's not impossible, but it's rather tough. So whenever I went to the spring training practices, there was a group of people that we see each other all the time. We knew each other, so they would see me get Greg Maddux quite a bit more than the normal people would. And so in 1 year I ended up getting him a total of 10 times, and I've actually gotten him over the course of the entire time I've tried to get him. I've ended up getting him 19 times. But in that one particular year I ended up getting him 10 times. I pretty much was in college, so I only had to go to school a couple days a week, and the other 5 or 6 days a week I would be at Braves spring training trying to get autographs. This is probably about, I would say, 7 to 8 years ago. So as the following years progressed, the story kind of got embellished, and it was funny because I would hear people talking about it. They didn't even know who it was, but all I would hear is, yeah, this one guy got Greg Maddux 27 times last year, and then the following year the number would keep growing. So about 5 years later I was overhearing somebody's conversation, and they were saying about how this guy got Greg Maddux 30 times in 1 year, and I knew they were referring to me because I've heard that story multiple times and the number just keeps growing. So that was my big fish story about Greg Maddux, and cool story, bro!